Hey, Bulldog fans! Welcome to Inside the Huddle, the podcast that brings you the heart and soul of Rolla Bulldog high school sports. All right, everyone, welcome to Inside the Huddle, brought to you by Romo Athletics and powered by our new title sponsor, Phelps County Bank. Before we get started, just would like to recognize Phelps County Bank for all they do. They're 100% employee owned, and they're basically 100% community champions. They do a great job sponsoring different activities, not just in the Rolla high school and Rolla programs, but all the youth programs in our community. Again, thanks a lot for Phelps County Bank being there. So today we have Coach Cody Martin from our Lady Bulldogs tennis team. So Coach Martin, thank you very much for being back on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Man, I tell you, it's been a lot of fun. It's been a while since we talked. We did last year on kind of the preseason. But before we get started, I do want to recognize something. This is September 11th. I just want to do a quick little kind of shout out to them. It's one of those things that we had taken this over from the New Jersey side of the 9/11 memorial. And I feel it's, back then when 9/11 occurred, you're a young man back then. Um, but it's just one of those things where it was all about being unity, coming together as a nation. And it's one of those things that we've kind of, it's not that we've forgotten, because we always say never forget. It's not that we've forgotten, it's almost like we've chosen to ignore it now. So it's just one of those shouts I want to do out there that, unity, isn't found in words, but it's in deeds, and unity is found in our own reflection. So unity begins, with you, and if each of us step up and do our part for unity, everything goes away. So I just wanted to kind of shout that out, and just a remembrance for that event and everything that happened.
Well said.
Thank you, thank you. So, Coach, let's talk about the team that you have this year. Always a challenge, kind of fielding that team. You graduated some players from last year. You graduated your number one, Lauren Robinson, and then Sally Garrison was another senior, and Maria Muscatos was another senior.
Yeah,
But then you lost another player as well.
yeah. So we lost four players. Sophia Yang graduated a year early. It's our third time losing a junior on varsity.
Wow.
But that's fine. We are an academic focused program, and it's really good to have smart, intelligent kids along with athletes. So
Yeah, that definitely makes a lot of sense. And now you had a couple of juniors that have now stepped up and kind of returning for you. Lucy Conger was your number two last year,
yep,
right? And then she was also on the number one doubles team, so she's
yep,
back. And then you have Era, is it Era?
yeah.
Era Ratchford, who was number six singles and on your number three doubles last year. So she's back, and they seem to be kind of spearheading the team this year.
Exactly. They are the spearheads. They're the leaders. For the past few years, they have been our game changers. Their commitment to the program is unbelievable. These guys are 4.0 kids.
Nice.
They're
Nice.
taking AP classes, and they don't miss a single beat for tennis. I look up. I need them to lead, and they're leading amazing for this year. We have team warm ups. They're leading the younger 13 freshmen, along with our upperclassmen. So I can't say enough good things about Lucy Conger, Era Ratchford. They are irreplaceable for our program.
I got some goosebumps. I don't want to zoom in on it right now, but man, hearing you saying that and talking about the leadership
Yes.
that you see from your seniors for your underclassmen, and then 13 freshmen in the program.
Yeah.
And we were talking off air about the challenge of, again, this great facility over there at Bear Wands, got the courts you need, but you got to schedule up your practices, right?
Yeah, 27 players. There's six courts, and it's not really safe to put them all on the same court, and we're not getting much benefit out of it either. So we separated our practices. Our returners, or our sophomore to seniors, are now 3:30 to 5. Our freshmen are 5 to 6. Now, there was this guy from Turkey. He came in 3 weeks ago, and he's been playing tennis his entire life at a tennis academy for 12 years. He's a pro over there. And so after our practices, he's willing to stay there and help our kids.
Oh,
It's
wow.
not during practice, it's afterwards,
Mhm.
but he's been game changing to some of our athletes
That's incredible. Yeah, being able to bring in that expert who's been there, lived
and
it.
reinforce
Yeah,
what has
yeah.
been said to them. It's been really good.
Yeah, we find that in one of our sponsors we'll talk about later is Kobe Wands, who does basketball development work,
Yeah.
and kind of the same thing. It's one thing for old dad to say it, or for your high school coach to say it, but then when you got this young person coming in, or somebody that's been there, that's played at the collegiate level, and they can add those 2 cents, it just it just helps deliver that
Huge.
message.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
so right.
excellent. So let's talk a little bit about some of the new faces. So who do you got at number one this year? What's the look of the team?
Yeah, we had a 16 bracket tournament for our seeds. Lucy Conger ended up winning that. Now a week later, we did challenges, and Era Ratchford ended up taking that challenge to the one spot. So they're going back and forth with that one and two spot. We really do have two ones,
Okay.
which is great to have for a season because whoever ends up that two spot is kind of um, they're going to be doing pretty well
Yeah,
there. And then on our three spot, we have Mia Samuelson. She's only a sophomore. She's been playing for
nice.
just a year, but the time that she put in the off season, along with Macy Page, our number four, is unbelievable. I mean, from lessons to just loving the game and playing, putting themselves in matches. They moved. They both moved up. Mia Samuelson and Macy Page, 9 ranks.
Wow,
So they were able to just outwork a lot of the players and get to that spot that they wanted,
nice,
and that's
nice.
big.
And then how's the doubles match? Are you putting your 1-2? Because I know, like talking with Coach Vineyard, there's always kind of strategies on how you match everyone up, and when you're trying to get those wins and stuff in. What's your approach on the doubles?
Honestly, I kind of let them I talk to them. I give them my input, but it's when you play doubles with somebody, you will feel if you're playing your best or if you're playing your worst, if they're matching your intensity, if they're matching what you want in a match. And I really ask them if they play well against this person
Yeah,
or with this person. And it just ended up this year that 1 and 2 are a team, 3 and 4 are a team, and 5 and 6 are a team. We
nice.
just go down the line.
Wow.
And that's just this year. It could switch next
Yeah.
year, but that's what works now.
I love that because it really does, like you said, it comes down to the feel.
Hmm.
And in the Phelps County Focus paper, you talked to to Dave Roberts about it, and you kind of talked about their doubles game that they won in that first match of the year. And I don't know if you remember how you said it, but I have it down here, and you talked about how Era was kept threading the double lane off the
It's
serve.
so good, yeah.
Yeah, Lucy was placing the ball in corners to create chaos and make the
Hmm.
opponent hit off the run. And when I'm hearing that, and I read that, and then I hear you talk about what you did about that comfort they have with each other, and that's what that doubles part's about. Is you got to kind of play off each other and
Exactly.
compensate. So
Yeah.
yeah,
They really do play the best with each other. They're always talking about how to win points, always strategizing.
yeah.
They're always on the same page, and you can tell that when you watch them.
And that's one of the things with tennis too. It's not like you can just you're there talking to them all the time,
Right.
right? I mean, it's kind of they're on their own. They kind of do things. You can insert yourself a little bit. You can get a timeout, I think, periodically, right?
Yeah. Every odd
Yeah,
numbered game, they'll switch sides.
yeah,
When they swap sides, we can go talk to them and just say what we're experiencing or how they look or help them out with whatever
yeah,
they need
yeah.
help with. And some players that'll help them really like a lot. Other players it kind of affects them and they don't play as good. So learning each player and how they want to be coached is a big thing.
I love it. Yeah, because we used to talk about how in basketball sometimes you just got to play. You can't worry about running the play. And some kids are
Yes.
thinkers, and when you tell them to correct something, they then are going down and they're trying to physically change how their swing is.
Hmm.
But then now they're thinking about it versus just
Exactly.
swing and letting it happen.
Yeah, well
And
said.
yeah, so that's yeah, great. That's yeah. Thanks for sharing that. Um, so on your team right now, let's take a look at where we've been. So we're 3 matches in,
Yep,
or kind of how you have them. Hickman at West Plains, and then you hosted Willard last night.
that's right.
And we've lost the matches, I guess, the
Yeah,
overall
that's right.
matches. But talk a little bit about what you saw in those times, what you've liked,
Yeah.
who's kind of stepped up.
Honestly, talking about Lucy and Era, their doubles team is incredible. They're 2-1 right now. They've only lost to Willard, which is really this year they're like a state level team. They're
Yeah.
really good. But the losses they haven't gone our way, but we're building. We're learning how to win points. So with the 4 new varsity players, they have everything they need. Physically, mentally, they're so strong. But they're used to playing at a lower level where they can just kind of hit the ball in and win that point from an error.
Mhm.
Now they're learning how to play percentage shots, how to play real tennis, and how to just fit their play style into the opponent's play style so that they can take advantage of their weakness.
Yeah, I never really thought about playing the percentages and things like that, but because I'm not that skilled at it of tennis. Trying to hit the name with
I
my
try not to make that too complicated. It's only when they're ready,
yeah,
when
yeah.
they can get the ball in, they can control it with power. That's when we start working on our percentage plays. So they have to build themselves up before we even talk about that.
I like it. So when you have your number one, your number two that are bouncing back and forth, that have a passion for it, that spend all the extra time, yeah, now it comes in. Let's talk about what it takes to win, and then
Yep.
the younger ones are all listening,
Yep.
watching, observing, and yeah,
Yep. We have a new rule this year. When they're in their match, they're not supposed to be on their phones, and I think that's game changing. I learned that from coaching soccer. They had them off their phones, and they just said that you can learn a lot from watching these players.
yeah.
And that's so true. That's so correct. So we've implemented that in our program where they're just watching our higher level players, and I think they're learning quite a bit from it as well.
It is. You get to see it, behavior. Everyone learns from different ways, but that is definitely because you're sure as heck aren't going to learn if you're busy checking out your Snap and your Instagram,
So true.
whatever Snap is. Sorry.
We had some athletes that were worried about their makeup and just all these other things that isn't really how you prepare for a
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
So this has been game changing for them to watch our players, our upper players, and what they do to prepare. Some are quiet, they like to be focused. Some are energetic and they energize other people. But we just let the program know, like everyone's different with how they
Mhm.
prepare their matches, and it's okay with what works for them.
Yeah. I love it. Yeah, yeah. Everyone's an individual on that team, and they all need their own things, but they are part of that team.
Yep,
So again, not again, kind of, I want to say a slow start, but it's a learning start again, especially when you're replacing a big core part of your team and bring those young people up. The fact that you said, they used to be able to get away with just winning through the level they're at, but now stepping up that game, and that, again, great words right there. That's for any sport, how it translates into how you prepare for that.
definitely.
So now let's take a look at what's kind of coming up. So upcoming games tomorrow, you're heading to Hillcrest. Hillcrest is 0-3 in the season. Now, do you play like the Springfield Tennis Complex down there, or do they have at each school? Do they have their own complexes?
Like when we played Glendale, we would go to the Tennis Cooper complex. Hillcrest has their own courts, I believe, so we'll go over there to their high school.
Okay.
And then when we play Parkview, we play at the Perry courts. So it's always different.
And then Parkview got canceled. That was supposed to be earlier than. Is
Yep,
that going to be made back up or?
we're trying.
Okay. Now, so then after, so that's Friday, and then next week you got you're hosting Camden on Tuesday, I believe,
Yep,
and all the game times are always 4 p.m. for
yep.
tennis. So Tuesday you're going to host Camden out there at Bearwan Court. So make sure you guys come on out, man, cheer on the Bulldog, Lady Bulldog tennis team, and then on Thursday at 4 p.m. School of the Osage. Now School of the Osage has a pretty good program, I believe, or they're set at 4-1 right now.
Yeah,
But again, they're playing, sometimes on I don't know what the district seeds are, classification levels, if Osage is in the class below or not.
correct. It
Uh,
really how they schedule their teams, you learn what's going to be tough, what's not going to be tough, and they're growing their program. It's getting better and better each year. So we have to keep our head up, and we have to keep outworking our competition. And if not, then we'll feel we'll feel the other end of that.
so what about on the Hillcrest and Campton games? How familiar are you with them? Do you know if they're returning a lot? What's your thoughts? Again, Hillcrest is 0-3 in the season. Campton 1-2. Osage is 4-1.
Um, Hillcrest is great to build momentum off of. I think we're going to be Bulldogs. We're not going to be underdogs in that match. We should come out with confidence. We should come out with control. And our expectation is always to win, but we're going to support each other no matter what. Camden has a number one player who's been playing since she was like 6 years old. She's a USTA like 5-star
Oh
player.
wow.
I mean, she's good. So we have to focus on supporting Era or Lucy, whoever's that one at that time, but focus on those lower ranks so that
Yeah.
we can kind of get those points. Make sure we get those points in the lower spots.
Yeah, that's again one of the things I've learned, by doing these inside the huddles is this, how important it is on how those matchups and where everyone plays, and you may not always be able to get, in this case, you're facing the number one that's nationally ranked type player,
Yes.
and then the rest of the team is all there to pick up, and all of those are points
Yep.
opportunities, and,
Every
and
single one.
so having the rising tides can lift all ships, and that's kind of what you got to have, is that if you can have that spread group bring it up, and you can balance out again as the team
Yeah.
winning versus the individuals. So yeah, that's always the challenge when the individual sport that is also a team sport.
Yes.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
That's when the mental side of it comes into play. If you have support within your teammates, within your coach, it becomes so much easier.
And that's what being a Bulldog is all about. So before we jump in, I just want to kind of give a recognition to some of our sponsors. It's one of the things we always try and do. Um, So let me real quick. Phelps County Banks, I already mentioned, title sponsor, 100% employee owned. You can find them on mypcb.com. Again, Bankers by day, Bulldog fans by night. Appreciate that. Added a new sponsor on here, Ken Richardson Knives. They're created by hand. I mean, handcrafted, but they always say they're trusted by generations. I mean, it's literally art with what they do, and everything's handmade, crafted. Antlers, the steel that they're bringing in and kind of repurposing. They do pins. It's a phenomenal product that they provide. Kobe Wands, we mentioned earlier with Wand Skills Academy, two-time All-State Bulldog, building a facility out there on Old St. James Road. Going to be a two-court facility. Going to provide some other services as well. Appreciate that. Jackie Morozowitz in full bloom. Senior signings. She's there for their events. We personally had them for weddings and baby showers. So it does a great job, and everyone loves to see that. And like to mention again, Price Chopper. They do our sponsor for football and the Big Dog of the Week. And last but not least, the season ticket. We talk about some all Bulldog sports on there, along with the Chiefs and the Miners. Have a great time. And we talk about the Cardinals in there as well. So JP Maxwell over there at the season ticket on 104.9. So what do you think the keys are for victory for your team tomorrow at Hillcrest?
We need to believe. I think we just need to believe.
So have those young people come up, be confident with what they do and how they contribute, and
Yeah.
get it done.
Know that they can win. It's a winnable match. And if they don't believe, then they second guess themselves. It could be the game changing decider.
And when you have two seniors at your 1 and 2 spot, that can really help those young ones
I
out.
love it. Yes. That's exactly where our seniors need to be, is in those upper ranks. It tells us that our program is healthy, that they are working hard in the off season, and
I love
that's
it.
good. Yeah.
That's great.
Puts less pressure on our underclassmen not to be up there in those
Yeah.
those tough spots, because
Yeah.
the seniors understand, like, they just get it throughout the years. Okay, this is going
Yeah.
to be a tough match, or this is
Yeah.
going to be an easier match.
Right.
They've learned what program is strong, what program is not, and they have these expectations on themselves now. So to be in those higher ranks, it just makes it so much easier for those lower classmen guys.
Yeah. Love it. That's great. Thank you. So one final question for you. So again, we're talking, you're not old. You're a young man, especially compared to me, a young man.
Thank you.
But as I was telling you, my oldest son's 27. He likes to bring up about, back in the day, he's already starting to talk like this about how he's not as young as he used to be, which
I
is
hear that.
it's kind of funny. So I got this question for you. So you got to go out there and you got to pick one thing to go have some fun with. And I'm going to stick with the nets, okay? Because got. So we got ping pong, okay? We got badminton, we got pickleball, and we got tennis. Which one are you going to jump in to say, "Oh, I got this. I'm ready to go"?
All of them.
All of them.
If it's a racket sport, I'll play.
I love it. I love it. Not afraid of anyone. It's like me. I'm thinking I got to try this pickleball out.
Put me
I
in.
heard, it's a little bit less movement. So
No, yeah. Put me in any racket sport.
I got it. All right. Appreciate that. All right. So, hey, coming up inside the huddle tomorrow or a little bit later today, we're going to have Coach Heflin on, talk about Bulldog football. Next week, we're going to have a busy week. Coach Zink's going to be on volleyball. Coach Cook about cross country. Coach Calver going to hook up with him on soccer. And then we're also going to have Coach Nixon with girls golf. So just a lot of stuff. And we'll be having a Wednesday inside the huddle next week because Thursday night football is coming to Rolla when Arkansas is heading the road up here. So thank you again for joining us on another episode of Coach Talk. And we want to thank our title sponsor, Phelps County Bank. And really want to thank Coach Martin for joining us today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Great job, everyone. Thanks a lot. And from inside the huddle at the heart of the game, we'll see you next time.